Hello everybody, my name is Voidwalker Joe and welcome to episode 3 of our leak coverage. In the past couple weeks we have gotten a good amount of information of all shapes and sizes. I'm sure some of you guys out there already have seen some of this, but for those who just want to recap or who don't know, welcome. This will be a mix of things that have already been confirmed and a lot of speculation. Before we get into it today, I would like to say thank you to all the channel members and thank you for all the feedback you guys have given me. It's all very much appreciated. Now today we're going to be talking about some new racetracks, some news on new consumables, a new feature to go along with grenades, IAE ships, a new feature to go along with clothing items, a new Xi'an armor set, and a new armor variant, new salvageables for 318, possible fire mechanics, news about 0G, and a little more information about our first creature that we're getting in-game. First up now is that new creature, and the strong possibility of it being the creature that we covered in one of our previous videos. In the latest monthly report, underneath animation, you can see it says, last month the animation team began discussing bringing creatures into the PU. Our team had just signed off on the rig for the first creature, meaning we can finally start animating our first interactable creature. And with that, I strongly believe that that creature are the images that we saw of the sand bug. Now the sand bug has a harvestable shell, which can be used for making armor and possibly other things. Now I'm very excited to see how we're going to be able to interact with these things, but whether we see this in 318 with the upcoming sand caves has yet to be seen. Moving on, we got a new grenade feature, and a consumable that incapacitates people, as well as a new stun gun. Now, all of these have been talked about in the past by CIG and shown off a little bit, but it's nice to know that these might be right around the corner. So hopefully soon, we're going to get to play with a new shutter flashbang grenade and these new preacher stun guns. Now for the flashbang, it says here that it is made by Razumov Rehabilitation Systems. Hopefully I said that right. Now it says it does no damage, and the description says the Shutter Flashbang is a cornerstone of RRS's line of non-lethal armaments. This device is designed to temporarily incapacitate targets within its blast radius. Now going along with grenades, it looks like we're going to get the opportunity to repin our grenades after taking the pin out. Now obviously this is going to be very important because if you're doing something like a bunker mission and you're already cooking your grenade, but realize the room is full of guards, what do? You're going to have to repin your grenade. So I'm glad that we are actually getting that. And along with that, it looks like we're going to get the chance to throw overhand and underhand. So I'm assuming those are going to be different strengths of throws. Now along with Razumov Rehabilitation Systems, we get a new medical consumable. The description says, for field applications, this single-use device injects a fast-acting sedative into the target's body that will incapacitate the subject for a short duration, preventing them from hurting themselves or others. Now, I can already tell you guys that I will be using these mercilessly on my friends in game. No question about it, as I'm sure every single one of you are going to have a lot of fun with these as well. Last thing here is the stun gun. The manufacturer is by Preacher Armaments. It is an energy-based, non-lethal weapon. It says the rate of fire is a beam, which is pretty interesting. I did not think this was going to be a beam. The range, as of right now, in the description, it says 10 meters. Attachments, size 1 optics, and it has an underbarrel, size 1. And the description says, designed to stun and eventually incapacitate targets in close quarters. The Preacher Armaments Judge Stun Pistol is lightweight, functional, and effective. So I guess the official name of the Preacher Stun Gun is called the Judge. I am so excited for all of this to actually be in game, as it'll make bounty hunting so much more fun and immersive. And I can't wait to see all the unintended ways that people are going to use these things as well. Next up, we have salvage harvestables that we might be getting with 318. You can see here that it says the Ares Inferno, 890 Jump, Avenger Titan, C2, Redeemer, and 3 different scrap pieces. We also have whatever base means, and that multi-geo test, I'm not really too concerned about. I'm pretty sure it's just some sort of test scrap piece that CIG uses for themselves. It looks like that these are going to be the first ships that we're going to see in-game that actually pop up as actual salvage that we can find on our own. Kind of like the asteroid fields. So it's nice that they're thinking about something else for us to salvage other than other people's crashed or destroyed ships, which is going to be very hard to come by. This is a quick one to go over. So we have our first evidence of zero-G in the hint system. And the reason why I bring this up is because this is something that was shown off during CitizenCon. And kind of didn't really think that we were going to get it anytime soon. But the fact that we're actually seeing this text within the game files, hopefully this means that it comes sooner rather than later. This is one of those features that is being made for Squadron 42 at the moment and will be ported over to the PU whenever they deem it necessary. Which I fully believe that if we get this in there now, along with the new movement system and everything, it'll be one of the biggest quality of life changes we would have, because at the moment, the game is very, very, very clunky when it comes to movement, EVA, and platforming. So let's cross our fingers and hope that we see that soon. All right, now moving on to racetracks. Now it looks like that Orson's Convention Center is not going to be the only one to be getting the buggy racetrack. New Babbage as well is going to be getting one, and I suspect that the rest of the convention centers are also going to have them, which is good because only having one racetrack would be overcrowded all the time, and I really don't want to deal with that. So having as many of these tracks out in the open as we can is always a good thing. Also, good news for ship races. Looks like we're getting 20 new tracks for ship racing in the form of time trials. Whether this is going to be in the sim cab or in some other capacity or module, I'm not sure. But looking at the text here, it looks like we only have 6 names available for the tracks. We have the Daymar Garden, Grimhex Asteroid Cluster, Euterpe Icebreaker, Kaplan Stadium, which is on Orson, ArcCorp XGR Club Track, and Gateways Racetrack. Now, something really cool here, I love to see the Grimhex Asteroid Cluster, as we already have the racing room already set up at Grimhex that I've been waiting patiently to see actually fleshed out. That racetrack is going to be really, really cool and involve a lot of destruction. The Lorville Gateways racetrack is also something I'm really excited to see, as I'm sure that'll make use of the new Lorville rework. Now talking about ships for IAE. Now the image to the right is presumably the Drake Cutter, which we talked about in one of the other videos that I've put out recently. Now we really haven't heard too much about its role or size of ship that it's going to be, but I'm very excited for it. And it does seem like it's going to be in line with all the other Drake ships that's coming out in IAE, such as the Vulture and the Corsair. Now the picture in the middle is also presumably the Pisces C8R, which you can see here on the left is a list of Anvil ships that are going to be displayed at IAE. And you can see the C8R is displayed 3 times. Not sure why, but we can confirm that the R is for rescue. Next up, we're going to be talking about new armor and a new interaction for equipping and hanging outfits on hangars. So first, it looks like the Xi'an flight suits that we talked about in a previous video actually made its way onto the subscriber store. And it's available now for $10.50 USD. And if you're a subscriber, you will be getting some of these in your hangar very soon and should be available in-game within an upcoming patch. Now, the image on the left is an armor set that we already have in game, which is the Aerial armor set. But from the text at the bottom here, you could see that we're getting a Shubin Industries version of that armor. Whether it's just a different color variant or it looks a little bit different, we'll have to wait and see. And the last thing in this category is a new interaction that we're going to be using with our outfits. So right here you can see it says equip outfit, hang on to hanger, there's a hang all option, or there's a swap outfit option. Now when it comes to features like these, I don't know how I feel about it, as this I feel like is going to be pretty buggy, have some issues, but I'll be happy to see this as long as it works. Onto smoke and fire mechanics. Now these 2 pictures have got me pretty excited, taken from Ivacati from one of their patches recently, as it looks like they are starting some of the VFX for fires to be started on your ship. Now we already have smoke in game in various aspects, but the smoke in these 2 pictures look very different from what we have right now. Now this doesn't mean it's going to include fires at the moment, but this smoke is going to add to the atmosphere within your ship as you get damaged. So it could be the beginning of us being able to put out fires on our ships and using the fire extinguishers that we talked about in one of the previous videos. So that just about wraps up the video for today. And if you guys enjoyed it, please give a like and subscribe to the channel, as I will be doing more of these in the future, along with lore videos, podcasts, live streams, and guides. And please comment down below for anything that I got wrong, and also your thoughts on today's video, and tell me what you're excited for in the future. Thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.